Hello.
Start.
Hi everyone, welcome to Riding Tiger with Arijit. As you know that Riding Tiger, I call entrepreneurship as riding a tiger because when you start your entrepreneurial life, it's basically adopting a cub and you feed that cub with milk and eventually you have an intention that it will grow and one day you will ride on the top of it. And now it needs meat. Even though I'm going to have this meat in Hanglatherium, I'm in Hanglatherium at the moment with a founder and he's giving me a treat with biryani and chicken, something with chicken. I don't know the exact dish name, but then I tried this and I felt that this is really amazing. And for the all audience across the world, this gentleman, we met each other long back, even though we never had the pleasure of meeting each other like this, having a talk, heart to heart, face to face. We never had that, you know.
Yeah.
I would love to understand from Shunandru, what is the story behind starting Hanglatherium? And as much as I remember, long back in social media, I used to watch your cooking as well as you used to watch my posts. And one day you texted me, I still remember that Uluberia Chile should meet with Agarpara Chile. They
Yes.
should meet with each other.
Yes.
So that's the initial stage of starting the thought of starting Hanglatherium, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
But I would love to understand about these dish and the story of Hanglatherium, please.
So yeah, I mean, Hanglatherium, as any business owner, probably every time we have multiple stories behind a business. Now, to tell you very honestly, Hanglatherium didn't have any story. It just started. It just started like a evening chat with my friends over a few pegs of whiskey. We got a bit carried away, and carried away in a very good sense, because every time I used to get carried away, I used to open my Excel and start making plans.
Okay.
So that's how we made a plan. We made a plan of having a restaurant of our own, named it as Hanglatherium, as we are a big fan of Sukumar Ray, and that's how the name came. And we thought of making biryani because biryani was our favorite food. That's it. And we made the plan. The next morning I had a flight to catch. I went to Mumbai to give a presentation, and during the presentation my partner, who's currently my partner, a friend, Arijit, he kept on calling me as if something urgent happened, something. So I finally came out of the meeting room. I took the phone and he said that, the place is booked. I said, what? We have rented a place, as you said. And I said, for what? He said, you only said that you are going to open Hanglatherium. And I was like, come on, I mean, that was like yesterday. I said, no, I have already booked it. So probably he did the right thing, that's how Hanglatherium started. Almost without any plans, without anything, but as it grew, one of the things that happened is that, of course, the passion remained. The passion to cook, the passion to make good food, make people happy, that remained. At the same time, there are responsibilities that has come. Establishment has grown, people have joined, so there are multiple facets to the whole thing, and which you call a business. However, I remain extremely passionate.
And till date, you probably innovate new dish. Yeah. So what's the exact concept when you usually have biryani in Calcutta? People give chicken chop,
Right.
which is also another heavy dish.
Right.
But when I try this, if I may try this,
Yeah.
this is not heavy. This is like shredded chicken with chickpeas and sprout,
Yeah.
if I'm not wrong,
Yeah.
and very less masala.
No, it's nothing actually. It's very, very simple food. It's almost like a staple food. It's called chicken pasinda, not the chicken pasinda that you get in Kolkata. So this recipe had actually come from Lahore. So I was in Dubai, as you know, like I was working there. So one of my friend's mother, she used to come, and every time she used to come, it was like a great occasion, because every day she used to almost treat us. Like my standard statement to auntie was that, auntie, आप आ गए तो अभी तो बाहर आएंगे. So And she used to cook, and one of the day that she cooked this, and I said, what it is. So I said, this is the simplest way of making a chicken. So you shredded chicken, mixed with a bit of chickpeas paste, a bit of lentil, and then the normal ginger garlic, and then you slow cook it over a period of time. And she recommended this to be have with biryani, because biryani is a very rich dish, and then you have it or balance it with a very neutral dish, and that's the combination that we offer. We normally over here also chicken chop and mutton biryani is a favorite combination. However, whenever they ask us like what do you suggest, we normally suggest this kind of.
This goes really, really well.
Yeah.
Well, let me deviate a little bit from food towards entrepreneurship.
Right.
As much as I understand you are a passionate entrepreneur, just like me. But then you understood that business is something, and then entrepreneurship with passion is something. So, Shunando as a person, is he a businessman or is he till date a passionate entrepreneur?
Not for sure. Because I always believed in what makes me happy, and if I'm passionate about something and I'm trying to achieve it, the whole process is something which is entertaining. Not necessarily it gives success every time, not necessarily it makes you feel great, but the satisfaction of trying to achieve what you want to do is I believe is passion, right? That's the passion for which we live for. And I always believed in that, and I always felt that if I want to do something, let's try it, do it. I may be successful, I may not. But then it should not happen that after 30 years we sit on a pub and say that nothing could have achieved that, we could have done this. That's not who I am. Okay. I try to keep my passion a bit away from my business, though. I mean, I'm deliberately trying to be that person. But if I look at myself in the mirror, I am yet to become a businessman.
You don't need to be a businessman, to be very honest. I think, may I suggest you something? If I look at a lot of business, even be that a tech business, be that a education business, be that maybe a FMCG, the founder who start this as a passionate entrepreneur, they don't need to become a business person. Rather, you hire someone, maybe in a C-level position, maybe a CMO, maybe a CEO, maybe a CEO. They are supposed to run your business as a business. You doing as a passionate entrepreneur.
Good suggestion, actually. I normally do that, Arijit. I mean, in these days, if you look at me, I have kept myself away from the day-to-day operations.
Right.
Purposefully, because I felt that I am a very bad boss to handle, because I'm extremely perfectionist. Yes, I'm extremely perfectionist. I'm very planned, because I always believe in managing time, calendars.
Yeah.
So otherwise I cannot run my life, because I do so many things. So I have to manage every time, and I expect everyone to do that way. I expect everyone to handle life like the way I do, and that at times makes things very, very difficult, extremely difficult for other people to handle me at times. So that is why I said that I purposefully.
But you are basically a great leader. You know why? Because you actually kept yourself aside from the operations. You have team members who are actually taking care of the same. That means you are a great leader. Yeah. And if I quote unquote one very simple line, which usually people say that Bengali ব্যবসা করে না, it's a wrong statement. To be very honest. There are a lot of Bengali entrepreneurs in Bengal and outside of Bengal. It's a myth. It's an urban myth, guys.
Right.
To be very honest. But if I look at Shunando as a person who is coming from a job background and then started business out of passion and eventually going towards a line to become our leader, where he will be training multiple different leaders like him. Is this journey started? If yes, how did you start?
Well, I felt that I am extremely fortunate to have worked with some people who had not only given me the direction, but helped me in a lot of places, in a lot of situations. They kind of saved me. Now, this is something which I have learned. I have learned, and when I look back and I think about those people, I believe that at certain point they have given me certain objectives in my life or certain responsibilities in my life that made me a better person. If I don't have get that opportunity in my life, probably I would have been a different person. And they have believed in it. And at that time, knowing me, I was not prepared to take up certain jobs that they had given me. So I try to do that in my own organization. So for example, if a menu needs to be set, I normally go back to my chef. I can very well do it by myself, but I don't do it. I go back to my chef because he is a professional. He knows it much better than me, and he should feel that he has the authority to decide in this organization. I think authority is something, not power.
Yeah.
Power comes naturally.
Yeah.
Authority is something that I need to hand over. And that's what is happening. In Anonymous also, I am reporting to somebody who is 20 years junior. And I'm very happy to do that. And I'm seeing the person. When he became the CEO of the organization, he was like, he refuted, like, no, how can I be the CEO? In today, when I look at him, I feel so proud that certain decisions that he takes without any facial expression change, I would say, I can't do that. I'm extremely emotional. I'm extremely emotional. I know it is at times that decision making becomes very, very difficult for me. But he's smart, he's great. And whenever I look at people who are taking responsibilities, I feel extremely great when somebody called me and said that, no, you won't need to come today, we'll manage. That's something like a balm after you have a big back pain, like somebody is putting the balm on your back. It's so pleasant when somebody tells me that you don't need to come, I'll take care. You have the same feeling when probably the first time your son told me that Dad, don't have to come, I'll take care of certain things. It's the same feeling that somebody is taking care. At least they have the confidence to take care of certain things. Yeah. And I believe that all you can do in your life, I'm sure, so nice to see you doing that. In multiple forums, I'm seeing that way you speak. I think that's what matters. I have only one complaint probably to my older generations, people who have done great things. For example, Imtiaz Ali, or the person who was Imtiaz Quraishi, the famous chef. So he passed away a few days back, and I was so surprised that he has not shared his recipe to anyone.
Oh my God!
So that recipe, that the dal bukhara of ITC, it goes with it. Is that a great thing? No, it is not. I believe that if I have learned something, and I should teach the other people. I cannot teach people to face every kind of situation, but I can teach people to have that mindset to face every kind of problems.
Brilliant. So it's time for a quick round of question and answer. It's just like I'm going to ask you, maybe I'm going to give you a word and you need to tell whatever comes in your mind.
Okay.
Blue,
Sky.
love,
Red.
happiness,
My son.
passion,
My what?
Fortune.
I don't believe.
Trust.
Me, myself.
Super. A situation. You are in a park. There is no one else. It's a beautiful sunny day. Lot of greeneries here and there. Only one bench is there, and you can probably sit there with someone. It can be one person, can be two. They can be from your present time, can be from your past time, can be your hardcore desire, whom you never met. Whom would you like to sit with, and what kind of discussion you would like?
Obviously, my father. I lost him when I was very young. I was 94. I was just 18, 19 years old that time. I miss him a lot. I miss him a lot, and I think given us opportunity to sit down with him, I had a lot to discuss. You know, I used to miss him when I had an unpleasant experience in my life, you know, the earlier days. These days I miss him a lot when I am happy. I achieved something. So I think there are many things which are apparently called success in life. My father would have been extremely happy to see me possibly. I want to know whether he is really happy now. I want to know how he would have reacted, and there are multiple situations where I have missed him. You know, multiple things that have happened. You know, I become a father, and on that day I was very sad. I really missed him. You know, there are multiple things, multiple incidents where I missed him. So I definitely want to have a chat with him. I want to find out if that world exists. Yes.
Of course, definitely that world exists. Shunanda, thank you so much for coming in Riding Tiger with us, agreeing to be a guest speaker on the podcast. So at the end of the podcast, I always do Namaskar. The sole reason is I do Namaskar because it's called Namah Te Namah. Your brain and my brain comes together to do a greater goodness. Wish you all the luck and happiness and never-ending bonding of friendship. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
You are very safe.